guys, it is Thursday, November 6th, 2025, and I'm back with some free VST plugins to help you with your musical adventures and endeavors. All right, guys, let's jump right into it. We got some more JSFX to talk about today. So let's jump right in. So the free VST plugins for today are as follows. So once again, here's the link for YSFX. We'll go through that really quickly. Talked about it a couple of weeks ago, talked about it yesterday. And if it's your first time here, I'll explain a little bit later. Next up, we have 8TT, which is an iteration and inspired by OTT. And then we have Dusk Reverb, which is a JSFX, and another JSFX that we have here, JSFX that we have here is not OTT, which is once again inspired by OTT. So let's go to the download links really quickly. Click on this one. It'll take you directly to the OTT folder, but it's still within the same folder from yesterday with all the JSFX. So all the folders are here, and there we go. The not, or not, but it's not OTT. That's what it's called. That's what it's gonna come up as. So we have Dusk Reverb or Dusk Verb, which is a reverb. Once again, same folder and alphabetical order. It's right there. And then we have 8TT. This is not a JSFX. It is a regular VST. So we have VST3 AU versions, Mac and Windows. So you just hit these to download them. It says to get free license here. Just follow the instructions. I don't remember exactly how to do it, but download it, install it. If you need to get a license, then just get the free license here. But it is definitely free. And then YSFX, like I showed weeks ago and yesterday, you come here, click on the latest version, and we have all the different versions here based on what you need it for. Linux, Mac, Windows, 32-bit, 64-bit. We have clap, VST3, AU units, and they have the basic source code zip file. So definitely grab those from there. So let's jump over to the DAW, see what we got here. Let's preview what we had yesterday, and then I added a little bit, nothing much, but you'll hear the progress. So this is what we had yesterday. All right, so nothing too crazy, really simple. And I added a little bit to it, a little bit of drums, bass line. Nothing crazy, very simple. So this is what we have today. All right, so let's first look at the Dusk Reverb. So we'll look at it on this piano. So right now it's off. Let's just turn it on. So you hear it's adding some shimmer just a little bit more atmosphere and texture to the piano. So they have some basic controls here. And if you hover over the controls, you will get tooltips. So we have side cut frequency. Then we have the reverb time in milliseconds. And down here we have some reverb types. So we have sparse, we have dense, and we have delay-like. Let's look at dense. So if you notice, the reverb is kind of reacting when you see this scene flickering. I guess it's supposed to be like lightning. We have grain settings here, and you can actually bring those up. Same thing with the verb level. This line will bring it up. So this line here, it's like an XY thing. So I'm thinking it's volume and also frequency. And then we could bring up the shimmer amount. And then they have these haunt settings. Ghostly chill, incoherence. Let's turn that on. So pretty straightforward. Settings make sense. You click one of these to select the different options that they have. All right, let's turn that off. All right, next up, let's look at the not OTT. So first of all, this is resizable. You start out with 3 bands and you can add more bands. But let's go through the basic controls. So when you're gonna increase and change these levels, just don't grab the dot. Don't do that. Grab the line. So this will be your downward compression. This is gonna be upward compression. So this is a multi-band compressor, guys. Similar to OTT. So we have upwards and downward compression per band. So blue line is your downward compression. Sorry, red line is your downward compression. Blue line, upward compression. If you click in here, you're gonna be soloing this band. Let me solo the instrument for that. I'm gonna turn it on. So now that it's on, it's choking the life out of the piano. So let me mess with these settings. There we go. So how this works is this would be the upward compression. Then if we click in this area here, or if you want to click by the numbers, this is your ratio. So that's how you would dial in the ratio for your upward compression. And similarly, the downward compression you can click right in here and drag up, and you see, and you also see the ratio changing here. Then you'd bring this down. That would be your threshold. Down here we have attack time and then release time. And then you have overall gain for the band. Over here we have our crossover point. For the band separation, crossover points. Of course, you can grab those, move those around. And if you click here, it's gonna mute it. So now we're just hearing lows and the highs. The mids are muted. And then if you want to solo that, you're gonna right click. So now that's soloed. So when this circle is green, it's soloed. And I think you hold control and click to bypass this band. So no compression is happening at all. You can turn on FIR mode, and then they have advanced options here. So there's a lot going on, and there's a lot you can do with this. And the next thing is you can add more bands. I think you can add 2 more. So if I just double click in here, sorry, right click, and it'll add another band. And then I can right click again here and add another band. And that's it. So you can have 5 bands for your multi-band compressor. So that's pretty much it for that. So let's turn that off. Next up, we have 8TT, which is once again inspired by OTT. So with this one, the difference with this one is that you can have up to 8 bands. So let's just do that right up front. So you can just double click in these areas where you want the splits to happen. There are splits there. When you hover, there are splits here. But I'm gonna double click here and it's gonna create another band, then another band, and I can keep going and creating until I have 8. So we have 8 bands here, which is kind of ridiculous for a multi-band compressor, but there you have it. So for creativity, definitely you can go crazy. Let's go back to just 3 bands. So similarly to the other plugin, you pull this down, make sure you grab this handle at the edge to pull down for your downward compression for that band. Upward compression, grab the edge handle. Down in here is where you click and drag to dial in the ratio, compression ratio for that band, for upwards and for downwards. So you grab in this area, click and drag up and down. And you see that number there at the bottom, right in the center, changing right down here. And then one trick they tell you in the manual, if you right click on any setting, you'll have the option to type in your value. So right here, I'm hovering and it says 35.8. I could just right click and then type in 25. And it'll change that. Of course, it got stopped by this, so it couldn't get to 25. But now let's do it again. Right click, 25. I'm meaning to do -25. Right click, -25. There we go. And let's say I want this to be -45. Right click, -45. If you don't want to move it around like that. Same thing down here with the ratio. I can right click and type in 8, hit enter. Now it's 8:1. So any setting, so input value, your down, up, release times, the compression times, you can just right click and enter it in. Same thing with this mix, output, right click, enter it in. Or you can click and drag up and down. And then the last thing to note is if you click up here by the logo, you'll get some options here. Oversampling up to 8x. They have this mixer mode where you can set where it says mix down here. You can change it to wet dry or mix output. And then there is a limiter mode. You can turn that off, and sidechain. And I guess you could change the color here. I didn't even notice that, but makes sense. So you can change the color. Let's go with a blue. Now it's blue. Now it's red. So that is 8TT. I already talked about the YSFX. That's how you would use the JSFX that I talked about. So the Dusk Verb and the not OTT, you would use JSFX if you're in any other DAW other than Reaper. In Reaper, I can just use it natively, but you would load JSFX and then load the plugin that way. Check my video back on October 24th. I'll put a link in the description for that video where I demonstrated it, how to load it. But it's pretty straightforward. So if you want to check out not OTT or the Dusk Verb, you're going to use YSFX to load it. Use it as a VST3 wrapper for any JSFX wrapper. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Check out those plugins. The link is in the description. The link will take you to that blog page where you can download those plugins. Give them a whirl. All right, guys, check out the link in the description for my video series on PC specs and how it relates to music production. If you're looking to understand how your PC and its internal parts work to power your DAW to give you a smooth experience, check out that series. If you're having issues with your DAW crackling, popping, stuttering, you're having latency issues with your audio, your DAW is very unstable, it's freezing a lot, it's crashing a lot, that series will help you understand why that's happening and what you might need to do to rectify the issue. So check out that 6-part series titled PC Specs and how it relates to music production. Next, check out also a growing playlist in the description for these videos that I do multiple times a week. So if you're looking for more free VST plugins, definitely check out that playlist. I always bring you guys 100% free VST plugins, not free for a limited time, not free if you sign up for something, not free if you bought something, just 100% free. Not free for the first 1,000 subscribers or whatever, just free. It's 100% free, all the time free. So definitely check out those videos if you're looking for more free VST plugins. Lastly, there is another growing playlist in the description And that is for my series that I started this year titled 52 Weeks of Reaper, where every week for 52 weeks, I'll be releasing a new video focusing on a key feature in Reaper. So I started that at the top of the year. It's running for 52 weeks. So for the entire year, I'll be releasing a new video focusing on a key feature in Reaper. This Saturday should be week 45, and the series is almost done. I only have about 3 more videos left to record, but we're up to week 45. So definitely check out that series if you're interested in learning a new DAW, or if you're just interested in Reaper itself. That series will help you understand what makes Reaper such an amazing DAW. Very functional, very feature rich, and it's very user friendly because it's very flexible. So definitely check that out to get some insight and some information about Reaper and all of its amazing, useful, everyday features. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. Check back next week for some more free VST plugins. I'm gonna dive more into some more JSFX plugins and other free VST plugins. So check back next week for that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, you will see me in the next video.